Hello everyone and welcome to a new lesson with Miss Rafa. Today we're going to start with Unit 11, Future Projects. So get ready and let's get started together. Module 4, Achievements. Unit 11, Future Projects. How has technology changed our lives? Let's start with Part 1, Irrigation Projects. Question number 1. Look at the photographs and discuss these questions with a partner. What's the purpose of the dam? A dam is a wall built across a river to control water flow. How does it work? It works by blocking the flow of the river. What is the purpose of the lock? The purpose of the lock is to raise or lower the level of the river. Why do you think the buildings in photograph 3 have been destroyed? This is up to you. Now let's move on to listening. You're going to hear a talk about the subject of the photographs. Before you listen, match these words from the recording with their meanings. Use a dictionary to help you or to check your answers. Construction, disrupt, divert, forcibly, lock, reservoir. Let's see. Construction. The building process, usually of a large structure. Disrupt. To upset, disturb, interrupt in a negative way. Divert. To change the route of a road or river. Forcibly. By force, against one's will. Lock. A short section of a river or canal with gates which allow ships to move to a higher or a lower level. Reservoir. A large natural or man-made lake for collecting and keeping water. Now listen to someone giving a talk. Which questions in 1A to D does the speaker give answers to?
This morning, my talk is about the Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River in China. When it is completed, it will be the largest hydroelectric dam in the world. I'll start by describing the dam itself. As I said, it is being constructed on the Yangtze, which is the third longest river in the world after the Amazon and the Nile. After years of planning and preparation, construction finally began in 1994. First of all, the people living in communities along the banks of the Yangtze were moved to other places because their homes were in an area that would be flooded when the reservoir behind the dam filled with water. In all, nearly 2 million people were forcibly moved by the authorities. In 1997, the river was diverted so that work on the dam could be started. The dam itself, which was completed in 1998, is almost 1.5 kilometers wide, while the reservoir behind the dam extends more than 500 kilometers upstream. In 2003, an enormous lock opened so that ships could continue to use the river, below and above the lock. The original cost of the dam was estimated at $25 billion, but by the time it is completed, this will have risen to $75 billion or more. In addition, many people are very angry about the human and environmental cost of the project. Many important cultural and archaeological sites have had to be destroyed, and millions of people have had their lives disrupted because they have been forced to leave their homes.
Listen again and decide whether these statements are true or false according to the speaker. The Yangtze is the longest river in China. True. Almost 2 million people had to leave their homes so that the dam could be built. True. The course of the river was changed in 1999. False. In 1997. The dam itself is 1.5 kilometers wide. True. The reservoir is 50 kilometers long. False. It's 500 kilometers. The first estimate of the cost of the project is more or less accurate. False. The estimate was $25 billion, and the true cost is about $75 billion. Not everyone is happy about the building of the dam. True. Question 5. What do the words in italics in these extracts from the talk refer to? When it's completed, it will be the largest hydroelectric dam in the world. Here it refers to the Three Gorges Dam. The people living in communities along the banks of the Yangtze were moved to other places because their homes were in an area. Their here refers to the homes of the people who lived by the Yangtze. The dam itself, which was completed in 1998. It refers to the dam. In addition to these problems, many people are very angry about. These here refers to the problems identified earlier in the recording, like cost and technical problems. Question 6. Discuss these questions in pairs or groups. Why do you think the final cost of large projects like this is often much higher than the original cost? Think about the Olympic Games, the World Cup, new airports, new power stations. For examples, the original cost of the dam was estimated at $25 billion, but by the time it's completed, this could have risen to $75 billion or more. What do you think about the fact that historical and archaeological sites were destroyed when this dam was built? Let's move on now to vocabulary, formal and informal. The talk about the Three Gorges Dam is in quite formal English. Match these words with a more informal word or phrase. Complete, finish, construct, build, entire, whole, extend, stretch, inception, beginning, operational, ready to use, progress, move forward, site, place. Now complete these sentences with the correct form of an appropriate word from 1A. Decide whether to use the formal or the informal word. The new government computer system is not expected to be fully operational until the end of the year. When I was a child, I used to love building tree houses. Tomorrow, I'm planning to spend the whole day on the beach. As part of their holiday, tourists will visit many important archaeological sites. By the time they'd finished their homework, it was time for bed. In the 12 months since its inception, the new tax system has raised £9 million. Word families. Complete these sentences with words derived from the words in brackets. The construction of the dam involved the destruction of many historic buildings. دائما لما بيكون عنا the بيجي بعدها اسم، أما قبل الاسم فبيجي صفة. The date for the completion of the dam project is 2009. The cost of the dam project has risen partly because the builders have worked very slowly and partly because of inefficiency. That's everything for today. Thanks for your time. See you next lesson, inshallah.